So during this month we're going to get quite some updates and where winds meet. Among them are going to be the new region unlocked in Kaifeng, which is currently unavailable, new campaign, new bosses, new challenges, I believe even new weapons we're going to receive, probably the main story is going to be extended, new sect, a lot of things. And you should prepare properly for it. So this video is going to be like a recap of the most important parts to which you should pay attention to farm certain materials. I'm going to just explain in a simple way without any rush the most important stuff. I hope this is going to be helpful for you, and if you're going to enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, this helps me a lot, and let's begin. And first of all, we're going to start with the development of the character. I believe that's pretty much straightforward, nothing that special. Reaching level 60, it's not an issue, just discover the world, do the side quests, side missions, everything is going to give you a certain amount of experience, and prepare yourself for limit break 7, from 7 to 8. In order to do this, you need to complete the trials floor 7. It's not that difficult. This is going to be a fight which is going to consist of 2 stages. First one is fairly easy one, mob. The second one is the donkey boss. That one was a little bit annoying, but if you're familiar with patterns of this boss, and I have a separate video about him, you're able to deal with him without any issues. Just complete it. The recommended mastery score is 9.7, and right now people have access to up to 15k, so it's not going to be like an issue. So the next moment is going to be about upgrading all of your abilities, and here we're speaking about the martial arts, reaching level 60, and obviously prepare yourself for the next limit break. Right now we don't know what kind of materials are going to be required there, but I guess it's not an issue. We have different chests which are providing these materials for the limit breaks. You're able to buy them from the Battle Pass shop, or you can look for them separately. Whenever you're going to click these materials, it's going to lead you to different opponents, enemies, which you're able to fight with and get yourself these materials for potential limit breaks for future. The other important moment is going to be obviously about your martial arts custom tips, and these chests you're able to get yourself from the season shop. It's like a weekly update, and here with the jade fish you're able to buy different chests. They're going to be like 2 abilities for you to buy them, so a high recommendation, suggestion for you to work on these chests, buy them whenever it's going to be the case. Obviously for further progression, upgrading the slots for different gears is going to be important, and this oscillating jade material is quite an important one. Per week you're able to buy from this shop 100 of these materials, and it's quite an important one. The other ways how you're able to get them is through doing daily activities, spending your energy, finding, looking for different chests, unlocking them. You're able to get yourself this material, as well as working on your inner ways is going to be also important. Inner ways are going to take way more time than anything else, but progressing with them is quite an important one thing. And again, for different inner ways you can look for options where you're able to buy them. So for example, from seasonal shop you're able to get as well, like here for example you have certain NPCs which are able to sell these chests, and with a certain chances, if you're lucky enough, you're able to get some of them. There are some other ways, like when you're going to work on paths challenges based on the build which you're progressing with. After reaching certain levels of progression, you're able to get these nodes which you're able to use further for upgrading and limit breaking your inner ways. They're going to give a lot of benefits, so working slowly but surely is going to be an important one moment. Another one important tip in terms of inner ways is going to be the tips exchange, and the way how you're able to get the currency here, it's pretty much straightforward. Tips recycling. Whenever you're getting yourself the nodes for different inner ways which are not going to be important for your build specifically, or you understand that you're not going to use them, you're able to recycle them, get yourself these tips, and buy different chests which are going to provide you the inner ways, parts of them that are going to be needed for limit breaking. For me, with my umbrella and the fan build, is going to be exactly this one chest, so whenever I have a chance, I'm buying them, unlocking them. Yeah, chances are kinda low, but still in the process I'm working, and sooner or later I'm going to get enough to limit break a couple of them. Now the next important moment is going to be working on your mystic arts, and here also you need to work on leveling them up, upgrading them, limit breaking them. So whenever it's going to be the case, you need to choose the most important for yourself, because it's going to require you to spend quite a lot of materials. Among the most important and the best, they're all kind of decent, so you need to decide for yourself. The most interesting is probably Yakusha Rush, the Wolf-like Frenzy, the Soaring Spin, also the Free Morph. Basically the whole line. The single target control skills are interesting. The area damage, this one, Guardian Palm, is kind of a decent one. Dragon's Breath is interesting, Mystic Art as well, so it's not going to be an issue for you to work on this one, and it's going to pair pretty much decent with the Drunken Poet, for example, so it's really up to you. The Honking Havoc, it's the skill with the goose when you're going to slow down the time, and it's going to work pretty much decent, especially with some long animations. This is fairly decent and really helpful, so you might consider for yourself to use this skill as well. And the main important thing is that you need to upgrade them to the maximum possible level. Whenever it's going to be needed, you are going to see what kind of materials are required for these and what kind of rare materials are needed for limit breaking, especially because this one, Ebon Iron, you're going to use it for leveling it up. For limit breaks you need some other materials as well, and they're going to be a little bit more rare, let's say, or you need to spend quite some time to run around the map and find them. Obviously you're able to search them as well. You can choose different options and find the locations on the map where you're able to collect them, so you just need to run around and farm some of them. Or the other way is again from the seasonal shop and the battle pass shop. There are certain items which you can buy, like chests, and when it's going to be needed you're going to open them and get the needed materials for limit breaking, and it's going to give you quite a lot of score for your mastery. For the gears to work properly, to have all the necessary effects, the best and the most important thing that you need to keep in mind is just follow the improvement guide. For example, here you're going to combination and you're able to choose yourself the build which you want to follow. So it's going to recommend you inner ways, it's going to provide you with martial arts, that's pretty much straightforward, and it's going to recommend you certain gear sets which you are able to use for yourself to get the most benefit, as well as stats are going to be provided here. So the way how you're able to farm different gears, you just need to spend energy in different campaigns, in different sword trials, heroes realm, so everything is going to provide you these chests which you're able to unlock by the recommended ones and get yourself these sets which are needed for you exactly. From the hero realm as well you're able to get these chests, and also they're quite an important one material, the attunement stone, which you need for upgrading, for tuning your gear, and especially the last one, slot. The other way how you're able to get yourself some other gears, additional, let's say, drops without spending your energy, is going to be through the seasonal shop. It's also the same. We're going to the seasonal shop, the gear chest, so all of them with different tiers, different levels. You're able to buy a certain amount of them per week and get yourself the sets which are required for you. And after farming some proper sets, whenever you're getting yourself some good stats, for example, as the first one stat, maybe the golden, maybe an epic one, maybe some recommended, which should be like the priority for you, you're able to tune them and upgrade. And first of all, the recommendation that I have here, when we're going to tune, for example, in order to not waste some really useful materials, first of all, you need to use these tones, which are going to be required for this tier specifically, like tier 56, or use the gears which have a description like it's going to give you some additional experience, because this is their main role, to give you the most amount of experience. And if you have some decent and proper stats as the first drop, if you have certain pieces of gears with such a description where it says when used as a tuning material, the next tune affix is guaranteed to be purple or above, or even in certain cases it can be as golden or above, you can use these pieces to basically grant yourself with some better, higher values in terms of stats. And yeah, finding yourself some proper drops in terms of stats is going to help you in terms of your performance kinda a lot. And after upgrading it to 4 nodes to the maximum amount, after that you're able to do the attuning, get yourself one additional stat here, and based on your build for the gears or for some additional pieces of the gears which are not weapons, you are able to select for yourself your build specified stat, which is going to be really helpful. For example, here I got myself for the fan, the damage boost, here as well for the fan, and for the weapons they're going to be more random. So for weapons it's RNG, for other pieces it can be more narrow and more easy to obtain some proper and decent drops. To get yourself this upgrade, as I already mentioned, you need the attunement stone, which you are able to again farm yourself with a certain chance from Heroes Realms, Sword Trials, and the challenges which we have. Yep, from different chests. Well, it's not too often, but if you're going to spend your energy properly, it's going to be enough to upgrade the full set. And for higher tier gears, it's not like an issue. You're going to farm new materials to upgrade them. So yeah, I mean, you can focus properly on upgrading the current tier of gears, because this is also going to be important when we're speaking about the arsenal. You're able to increase your total mastery score based on previous tiers of gear, get the higher score here, and this is going to be like an additive one to your total score. So whenever you're getting yourself a proper set of gears and you're going to the next limit break, to the next level, to the next tier of gears, all the previous sets, especially the ones that you have upgraded that gave you the most amount of mastery, they're going to be saved in arsenal, give additional score, give you more power. For the talents, they're going to give you a lot of mastery score as well, and working on them is going to be an important one. It's going to give you HP, it's going to give you attack, it's going to give you once again some additional effects which are going to be helpful in certain cases like cheat death or something like that. It's all going to be allocated here in your talents tree. So whenever you have some points, you should upgrade it, not forget about it. And you need to work on your master score, because from a certain level, of course, is going to require you to have higher score in order to upgrade specific nodes. Now the next important thing which is going to be needed for you are going to be oddities. And yeah, right now we're limited in terms of upgrades that we're able to receive ourselves due to limit breaks. So from level 61 we're going to unlock the next nodes, next steps are going to be open, and in order to be prepared, the most important thing right now is to farm around the place, all around the map, some oddities whenever it's going to be possible during the discovery, to be just prepared for the next limit break and upgrading all the oddities which are available. This helps a lot in terms of progression, to make content a little bit easier, fights more faster, and for your character to deal more damage, to have more survivability. Also, just for you to keep in mind that different gear slots are going to require you to have additional materials, which are not an issue to buy from certain vendors all over the map. There are a couple in Kaifeng region and a couple in Queen Hair region. So whenever it's going to be needed, you can click on these materials and it's going to guide you to these vendors specifically. There are vendors which are going to give you more rare materials. They're going to cost more currency, more gold, let's say. The simple materials are going to cost less. So for example, the fur is going to be one of the most important, the raw ore is going to be also important, among some others which are more rare. Here I can say, for example, about the sheepskin. Probably in certain cases it can be pelt, so different skins from different stones as well. They might be needed, like cold iron or something like that. I'm actually not sure about this. Usually because they're more expensive, it's quite an easy one process to farm these materials. They're not that rare, and you just can click on them and click the button to gather them, and it's going to guide you to the regions where these materials are going to be located. But yeah, just for you to keep in mind, if you have a lot of gold and you don't know where to spend it, you may consider for yourself to buy some of these stones here from this vendor specifically, but again from the other, which is going to provide cheaper materials. Once again, fur and raw ore are going to be the most important. What else to keep in mind? So we have right now different campaigns which are available. If you didn't finish them, the huge suggestion is to complete all of them, because first of all, they're providing different interesting stories, different cool boss fights, and this is going to help you with exploration of the world, and also providing you different gears, different materials which are going to be needed again for upgrading your character. Farm and clear for the first time all the outposts, because again it's going to give you different stats and different materials for upgrading the possibilities for healing tinctures or something like that. So unlocking all the points of fast teleportation is going to help you with the discovery of the map, and progression with the map also is going to provide you different benefits. For example, you're able to get yourself different materials, different cool outfits, and obviously the ability to fast travel around the map, run faster, jump all over the place with using of different mystic skills. Is going to be helpful, obviously, in order to discover the new region faster without spending a lot of time. And also pay attention to different world bosses which are going to be located here and there. Again, different materials which are going to be needed for upgrading your character, and again, cool, interesting, and sometimes badass fights during which you are able to crash out a little bit, but nevertheless they are interesting. So with that being said, I believe I've covered the most important parts, what you should pay attention to, what kind of materials should you farm, prepare yourself, upgrade your character, be ready for the upcoming event break to push faster, harder, and be ready to explore new fights, new bosses, everything which is going to be provided by this game. Hope this is going to be helpful for you and you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, have a good day or night, and see you guys in the next one. So take care, see ya.